We could see some strong to severe thunderstorms tonight, but then we have a cold front coming in this weekend. There's a lot to talk about, so we'll get into it right after this. I'll tell you, the forecast definitely feels much more normal for north and central Texas. We have severe weather tonight, a cold front this weekend. There's a lot to get into, so let's get right into it right now. 93, 94 degrees across our area today. I did bump those up a little bit from what I had in the forecast earlier, just because it does look like our southern counties are creeping up in the 90s pretty efficiently so far. And I think we have a little bit drier air maybe than I was expecting today. The humidity is going to continue to increase. I'm looking at the dew points right now, and we will continue to see humidity increase in the next few days as those southerly winds pump in all that moisture. But today we are warming up a little more efficiently, but as that humidity comes in, unfortunately, it will keep us from cooling down too much, so we will be in the low 70s overall. Now, fall continues here, and we continue to deepen the overnight cooling as we make the overnight longer. Sunrise 7:13 a.m., 7:28 p.m. for sunset, and then the normal high continues to be 89. That'll drop again in the next couple of days. And this is really what I want to focus on today. So we have storms to our northwest from about Graham and Jacksboro on up to the Red River into Oklahoma. This round of storms should not impact us. We'll see another round of storms come in later tonight, and that could bring us some strong to severe weather. Now, here's the thing. Most of that will be to the northwest. As these storms move in, they should begin to weaken more and more as they continue on to the southeast. So, yes, we do have a slight risk from Stephenville, Glen Rose, Cleburne on up to about DFW there, but I think that most of our area, I think this is accurate to see a marginal risk for severe weather generally for our area because they will be weakening. Now, I think the best, really the highest risk we will have will be wind, because when those storms are weakening, sometimes you still have those strong winds persisting as the storm weakens. Sometimes they push out ahead of it, or you have the core drop out of that storm. That's all the energy that's in the storm pushing downward and out. Sometimes that's how you get those downbursts. So I think that saying that damaging wind is a moderate risk with any storms that we do get is pretty fair. And I think that the hail risk generally is pretty low. If the storms happen to cycle up as they move in, we could see a hailstone or two, but I really think that's going to be a lower risk. I'm not thinking anything for tornadoes or flooding, just not part of the calculus for tonight. So let's time this out. And the good news is this is going to be later than any baseball games or any kind of festivities we have tonight. So 10 o'clock, we'll see storms kind of where they are now, but this will be that round of storms that should move closer in. By midnight tonight, we should see those at least in our western portions. Now, again, this is a model's guess. This timing could be refined as we get through the day, but 11 o'clock, midnight tonight, I think we see those moving into our area, and I think the model is accurate, putting the more intense activity to our north. And then by 2 a.m., looks like if this model holds, if it keeps, then yes, we could be looking at most of that activity kind of just being weakened out and gone and moved mostly out of our area by 2 a.m. So shouldn't really be a part of our calculus at that point. So I have a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight. That could probably be bumped up to 30 or 40. Confidence is growing, right, that we're going to see those showers and thunderstorms, but I'm going to leave it at 20 for now because I want to see what some models say as we get closer to it. So I think really 20% is good for our general area. That may be better for our lower counties. I would say 30, maybe 40% for Ellis and Johnson counties. And then I have the 20% AM. That's going to be very early tomorrow morning, okay? So not thinking that's going to be anything in the rush hour. 92, 93, 92, 93, 94. So we're in the 90s here, and Saturday we warm up to the mid-90s ahead of that front. Again, like I mentioned yesterday, could be looking at some of that compressional heating as that front gets closer. And yes, breezy southerly winds will be bringing in that humidity again, so unfortunately we are in that position. But the cold front moves in Sunday. I've got a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. I want to see how that materializes and if we can increase our confidence over the next few days. And then Monday we start getting back into the 80s again, and that could be cooler. Again, Sunday kind of warmed up a little bit as the front pushed a little later. But yes, Monday we look to be back in the 80s, and we'll have to watch and see how long the 80s will last in the next forecast. So tonight, stay tuned through the rest of the day for updates on the storms that will be moving in late tonight, early tomorrow morning. And yes, could be some strong to severe storms there, so make sure that you're following South Metro Weather on all of our platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube especially, all those different places for the latest updates.